Namaste, Jai Bharat. Of course, in geopolitics, no one is anyone's friend, and you cannot find fault with someone who would say something in the morning, some other thing at 10 o'clock, by 12 noon the whole thing can change, and by evening there'll be another picture, and so on. So we really don't or can't blame people, because that's how people go about doing or go about involving in geopolitics. So there's nothing serious about it, but it's a normal thing. One who is interested, who has to play along, has to play along. That's it. Now, US suddenly speaks of Bharat as a friend and suddenly changes tone. And this goes on, and no one should take it serious. We don't take it. Perhaps they themselves won't take it that serious. These are the difference between day-to-day atmospheric situation and a climate itself. But of late, US was suddenly supporting Pakistan. Two things very interestingly they said, very strange actually. Interesting, it's very strange. On the one hand, the US was saying that Pakistan has got very effective and efficient leadership, which obviously people understand what kind of efficiency and what kind of efficacy they have. And then the field marshal, you call him as field marshal, he himself calls us field marshal. So what's wrong? You call him what he wants, what he poses to be, what he claims to be. But been invited by the US for something. Oh, this made them very happy. Now, this thing is happening. Suddenly we find Pakistan speaking about the efficiency. Suddenly we find US speaking about the efficiency of Pakistani leadership and inviting Asim Munir to US for talks or dinner, whatever it is. Then itself, there was something smelling. A rat was smelling. I was feeling so. That something is impending. Something something must be going to be, because US wants Pakistan for some reason. US will only use people, and Pakistan is one place where anyone would use them for their purpose, and they're susceptible to that. They don't have very serious ethics at all. They won't mind getting used by others. They had been getting used by others, like they had been talking lies to people, to their own people, and to world around. So these things are nothing new to Pakistan. So they would get used in their own mind. They get paid for it. So long as they get paid for such things, they will do anything. And the US wants only someone to do their work. It's something like employing. So this, I was thinking that the US has something in their mind that they want Pakistan for something. So all these fineries, rhetorics and treasons and flowery words. And of course, this morning things become very clear, because Israel started Operation Rising Lion. That's it. Israel started Operation Rising Lion because Israel has to do it. I think the whole world should support Israel, because wrong weapon with wrong people is a problem for the entire world. Israel started attacking Iran for the simple reason that Iran is near making a nuclear weapon. They were enriching the uranium, and they have also about 80%, I think, they succeeded in enriching uranium. And in less than a year's time, or maybe 6 months' time or something, we don't really know, they'll succeed in making nuclear warheads. And these two nations, Pakistan of course never made their own nuclear warheads. It's only the stockpile of US which was kept in Pakistan, with which they were trying to threaten Bharat that we have nuclear, we can nuclear. Of course, they won't be able to do anything, because the efficiency of the people also counts a lot. I'll speak about it later. The efficiency of people also counts a lot, not merely weapons superiority. Now, Iran is almost making, without a nuclear arsenal in their stock, Iran was so devastatingly involved with other people. So they will They had created proxy army, be it Hezbollah, be it Hamas, be it the Houthis, be it anyone. Anyway, there's so many outlets Iran has. So these people uh, create problems, disturbances in whatever name. Of course, they have fundamentally these radicalized thoughts. They have radicalized thoughts, and with the radicalized thoughts, these radicals can do anything. Because for these people, life here is not real life. For them, life after death is real life. Once this is in front of them, they will die. They think that death is going to be great for them. So, with this kind of attitude, with this kind of convictions in their minds, anything is possible with these people. And these are the people whom Iran is getting armed. And once they have nuclear weapons, just imagine what would happen to the world. It's not a threat to Israel. Recently, New Zealand and Australia and some such European nations were trying to say that Israel is doing wrong by attacking Tehran, Iran, that way. They were telling Israel is doing wrong, but then these people don't really realize that these left liberals have no future thought. They're supposed to be, the left liberals are supposed to be dialectically capable of farsightedness. But practically these days we don't find anyone like that. So they would speak about lofty, foolish ideas, and they were telling Israel is wrong. But actually, what Israel does is for the entire world. So, as a matter of fact, the entire world should support Israel for their fight against wrong people having nuclear arsenal. These two nations who are Pakistan is wrongly possessing nuclear arsenal, though they never make it, they don't make it, and they can't make it. They have this nuclear arsenal because US puts them there as a stockpile for them to use more likelihood. But then Pakistan would take it and use it if they can, if they have the technical know-how. We don't know. They would use it against anyone. There's no ethics. They will speak that we will nuke you. They'll speak like that. They don't bother about what will happen to them, what will happen to their children. They don't bother about such things. So they will speak that. And Iran is another person there. These people are not very disciplined. That's the problem. They are not disciplined. They are not very responsible. They are not accountable to the world. They would do anything what fancies them, where their whims and fancies they act. So when these people have such dangerous weapons, it's dangerous to the entire world. So the entire world should thank Israel for trying to neutralize Iranian arsenal, nuclear warheads, rather trying to stop them from making nuclear warheads. It's precisely this is what the Israel is doing. The Operation Rising Lion is only trying to deter Iran from making nuclear warheads, and that's for the entire world. The left liberals in hand with the radicals would speak against it because they don't understand, rather they don't want to understand. They have very lofty idiosyncrasies at their head to speak of things. So the whole world, I should support Israel for doing this great thing for the world. They actually are helping the world, and at least silently support Israel, at least emotionally support Israel. They are capable of fighting their own wars. They are capable of their own technologies, but at least be with them mentally. So this Operation Rising Lion. Now, why Pakistan comes in picture is that Pakistan once paid would do anything for anyone who pays them. They are that way very good. They would work for you for temporary, but nothing is permanent with Pakistan. Everything is temporary, but then for that time you can use them. Perhaps this things becomes clear now why US is pampering Pakistan recently for the last couple of weeks, or maybe 2 or 3 weeks, actually a couple of weeks only. They're pampering Pakistan because maybe that they would like to use Pakistan as basis against Iran. Iran can't attack US. It's beyond their reach. But Iran can attack the US bases adjacent to them, contingent to them. And that, of course, US know they will do that. And then, of course, Pakistan Their air bases, of course, we have destroyed these days. Their air bases and the the army and other their infrastructure could be made use by the US against an impending aggression on US bases. So I think now 2 and 2 makes 4. That's what they had been pampering this parsimony and lauding that they're a great leadership. Of course, we understand what kind of leadership they have. We understand what kind of military they have. We also understand what kind of army officers they have. Everyone knows it. These things are no more open secret because the world has become more open these days than than what used to be previously. We don't get news in the past, but these days news comes, and many fake news comes, many fake narratives comes. Apart from that, news keeps coming, and you have to your sense of understanding, and you should be able to make which is right, which is not right, and this kind of things you have to do. You just can't blindly believe whatever comes to you through electronic media. You have to put your rationality to understand whether this be possible or not. So now things are clear, and Israel is doing a great job. Personally, I would like to say that Israel is doing a great job, and too well. What else? Namaste. Jai Bharat. Jai Siya Ram.